A nightclub dancer who goes by the name of Ruby Heartstealer. Any other politician would run a mile from that smile. Anyone but Italy's Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi. She was still 17 when he invited Ruby to what were called bunga bunga parties at his mansions. And Ruby was not alone. Italian prosecutors are investigating Berlusconi's relations with a string of showgirls who are said to have stripped, danced, bumped and grinded their way into the Prime Minister's legendary affections.
Quanto si sostiene per la vicenda di Ruby.
News of the criminal investigation forced the 74-year-old Berlusconi to go on TV and insist he'd done nothing wrong. Parties, yes. Sex, yes. But he never paid for it. And he had no idea some of the women were underage. He accused the investigators of being politically motivated. But for an Italian public long used to their leaders' sexual hijinks, this may have been one bunga bunga too many. So much so that today the Pope took a swipe at the sex scandal. Public officials, he said, must set a good moral example.
He doesn't seem to be in control any longer, so it's not just a matter of how you behave personally or sexually. It is that he seems to be a bit too much into that.
As usual, public opinion here is bad news, good news for Berlusconi. According to the latest poll, well, 79% of Italians think he should answer questions about his personal behavior. Barely a third think it will have any political effect.
Berlusconi like nice woman. What is the problem? It's natural.
But the scandal could cost Berlusconi a few female votes. As an Italian woman, are you embarrassed by your Prime Minister?
Yes, very embarrassed.
But don't expect an apology. Berlusconi says he intends to stay in power until his mandate runs out in 2 years, about the time Ruby turns 20. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Rome.